Now for question number 2, a good observation skills is required to get the quick answer for this question. Okay. Now you must have good knowledge of cubes as well, cutting and coloring of cubes, right? Now in this case, there are 360 golden cubes and 152 silver cubes. All right. Now, if I'll add these two, I will get 512, which is 8 into 8 into 8. Now, this type of thing should ring a bell in your mind. Okay. Now, these smaller cubes, all of them, 512 smaller cubes, are arranged to form a big cube. So, if we want to make a big cube, then the dimension of this big cube will be 8 into 8 into 8. All right, fine. So we'll have 8 cubes, 8 small cubes along the length, width, as well as height, right? Now, what we have to do is we have to arrange them in such a form that there will be a minimum exposure for the golden cubes. So that means the golden cubes will form the inner crust. So if I have 8 into 8 into 8 as the dimension of the bigger cube, then if I'll remove one outer layer, okay, which will hide all the cubes inside. So if we'll remove one of the outer layer from 8 into 8 into 8, that means left and right, one layer will be removed. The length will remain 6. Similarly, the width and the height. All right. So the inner core will be 6 into 6 into 6, right? So most of the golden cubes will form the inner crust. So this will be the logic that will be applied in this case. All right. So let's solve this. So out of 360 golden cubes and 150 silver cubes, which are forming a total of 512 total cubes, which is 8 into 8 into 8. So out of these 360 golden cubes, I can say that 6 into 6 into 6. These golden cubes will form the inner crust. That means 216 golden cubes will not be visible at all. Okay. Then the remaining cubes, 360 minus 216, 360 minus 216, that means 144 cubes will be exposed. Also, I want minimum exposure of these cubes as far as the surface area is concerned. Okay, so if I'll use these cubes as the vertices, then for one cube, there will be 3 faces that will be visible. That will maximize the exposure of golden cubes. I'll reduce it. If I'll place them along the edges, then 2 faces will be visible. Further, to minimize this, if I'll place all these remaining golden cubes along the faces, not the edges, not the vertices, then only one of their face will be exposed. All right. So if I look at the length or the dimensions of the face, so the dimension of the entire face of this bigger cube is 8 cross 8. I will apply these golden cubes here, not on edges, not on vertices, but this portion. So this is 6 cross 6. So number of cubes which will be used at one of the faces will be 6 multiply 6, that is 36. I have a total of 144. So 36 multiplied by 4 is 144. So all these 144 golden cubes, all these 144 remaining golden cubes will be utilized, will be absorbed on the faces of, on the 4 faces of this bigger cube. Okay, right? So 144, they will form the part of the faces. All right. And then the remaining silver cubes will be used. All right, fine. Now let's talk about the surface area. Now these 144 smaller golden cubes whose only one face will be visible. So I'll say that the surface area of one of the smaller faces, the surface area of the face of one of the smaller cubes is 1 into 1, that is 1. So total 144 square units of surface area will be exposed for golden. And the remaining, so total surface area for the bigger cube is 6 into 8 square, that is 384. So out of 384, 144 will be for golden. Okay, so surface area for silver will be 384 minus 144, that is 240. Okay, so 240, this much area will be visible for silver. Now the difference between these two, 240 and 144 mein difference kitna hai? 240 minus 144 as a percentage of total 384 needs to be calculated. So 96 divided by 384, that is 1/4. So that means 25% is the answer. So we need to find out the difference between the percentage points of the percentage of the exposed area for golden as well as silver. So the answer should be 25%. The correct answer is option D, and we are good to go to the next question.